And if you like this reading, as I always say, please like or subscribe or leave a comment if you'd like to. And I have everything ready. I'm going to start your reading as soon as I can, right now, right this very second, for Virgo. The first card you have for your past is the Queen of Wands. So, yes, this is about suddenly taking action with something that you've been holding off of for a while. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that, yes, for a long time there could have been something that you're really nervous about doing. And maybe you're even really afraid of whatever this was. But I'm seeing that you knew that this was something that you had to do. You couldn't avoid it. It was like inevitable. You knew you had to do this. But, you were just afraid of it. You were just kind of procrastinating on this thing, kind of dreading this thing. And then I'm seeing that suddenly you might have decided to just start working on this, just start taking action on this. It was like suddenly a switch turned on inside you and you just said, right, I'm ready now, I'm going to start doing this. And then you just started. That doesn't mean that you weren't nervous or worried. You probably were still very nervous or worried. But what I'm seeing is that you just decided that you're going to stop being organized around this thing. And maybe you just started doing things like making lists, making schedules, and this helped you to start doing things in sections. So instead of seeing this great big huge mountain ahead of you and thinking, oh, this enormous mountain, I'll never be able to tackle this great big mountain, I'm going to cut it up into little sections and I'm going to tackle each section at a time, and eventually I'll get there. And I think that's what you did. And as you started to tackle each different section, you became more you knew that you could do this, and you're more confident and more content in what you're doing. Or not content, that's not the right word. Confident, happier, knew that you had the ability to keep going, that kind of feeling. That's what I'm seeing. And so, yes, that helped you build your confidence inside yourself as well, because before that, you're kind of sitting back looking at it and thinking, I'm such a hopeless person. Why don't I start this thing? I'm so useless, and you're giving yourself all that kind of horrible negative talk. But and this is what happens, once you start anything, even if you do one tiny thing, even if you pick up one pen and start writing one word on a list, that's something, that's a start. And each time you do that, you feel better about yourself, and that horrible negative talk goes away. And that's what started to happen with you at that time. And this is very, very positive. The next card you have for your past is the Five of Cups. So yes, you're very busy at this time. You're working out what you had to do. You're doing this. You're quite focused and on this project or whatever this was that you had to do. And even though you are very busy, I'm seeing that you're probably missing someone at this time. So this wasn't like you had someone right at the front of your mind and you're like, oh, I miss this person, and you're crying. And it wasn't like that. You had them on your mind, but they were kind of somewhere in your mind. They weren't in the front. They might have been in the back or somewhere else at the side. They weren't at the front of your mind. This other thing was at the front of your mind, but they were in there somewhere. They were in your mind. And I'm seeing that you weren't meaning for them to be in your mind. They kind of just popped into your mind at kind of random times. And maybe little events and little things made you kind of remember them. Maybe music or things like that might have made them pop into your mind. And maybe they popped into your mind at really strange moments. This person wasn't around you at this time. They weren't around you. They might not have even been speaking to you at this time. I'm seeing at this time there was still, you still kind of had some opening ready for them. You still kind of had some idea that they might come back, or you might come back to them. I'm looking at this bridge, and so this bridge isn't burnt, it's not broken, it's fully in place. You could walk across that. They could walk across that as well. And this is a bridge that goes both ways, and it's kind of perfectly rounded. It's perfectly symmetrical on both sides. So they might have been thinking about you. They might have been thinking about coming close to you as well. And you were thinking about them. You were on one side of the bridge. They were on the other side. And it was perfectly rounded. So either of you could have easily have come across. And yes, I am seeing that they were probably thinking of you at this time, at the same time. The last card you have for your past is the High Priestess. So yes, again, this is going to sound really strange, but I am seeing that they probably are still or they were still thinking about you at this time, and you were thinking about them at the same time. This is what I was seeing. You were thinking about each other, not continuously, not in an over-the-top desperate way. Again, I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that they were saying, oh, I miss you so much, and you weren't saying that to them either, or about them. But you had them on your mind at random times, and they probably had you on their mind at random times. So you might have been thinking that, oh, maybe they're thinking about me too. I know that probably popped into your mind. You were thinking about them, and you were thinking, oh, I wonder if they're thinking about me. Now, the High Priestess is very intuitive. Very, very intuitive. So you had that intuition, and you were probably correct. That's what I'm seeing. The first card you have for your present is the Knight of Cups. So what I'm seeing with this card is this knight's coming along on his horse, and he's very careful, and he's very beautiful looking, and he's very shiny. His armor's very shiny. He's coming along, and he comes to where he wants to go. There's a river at the bottom of this card. I'll just move that so you can see. So yes, there's a river. He comes to the river, and then he looks at the river and he says, oh, I don't know if I want to cross over there. I'm not quite ready. And then he turns around and he goes the other way. So what I'm seeing is this is what happened to you. This is what could have happened between you and this person in the Five of Cups. I'm seeing that you were probably in a relationship or some kind of love situation with this person. They promised you something, or they led you to believe that something was going in one way, and then they turned around and they did the opposite thing. That's what I'm seeing. So I'm sensing some fear around this. So they could have been thinking about you. They probably still are at this time thinking about you. They're still afraid. They're afraid that if they come near you, you might be angry, you might be hurt, you might be upset. So they're kind of just, yes, they are thinking about you, but they're thinking that they might be afraid to come near you. They're thinking, I do like this person, I do miss this person, I do think about this person, but if I talk to them, what are they going to say? They might be angry, they might be upset, they might be horrible, they might not even speak to me, they might just block me. What am I going to do? I'm not sure. So they're still kind of contemplating this. That's what I'm seeing. But they're thinking about this. They're thinking about how they're feeling about you. Look at this knight. He's looking directly at this cup. So he's thinking about his feelings. And that's what this person's doing. They're focusing on their emotions. And every time they think about you, they focus more on their emotions. They can't help themselves. That's what I'm seeing is happening in that card. The next card you have, your present, is the Chariot. So yes, this is you. You're completely not like them at all. You do have them popping into your mind. You are thinking about them, but your main focus at this time is still on this work. It's on this thing in the Queen of Wands, this project that you're trying to do, whatever this is. You're trying not to let your unconscious mind, which is like your emotions and all of that, take control of your conscious mind. You want your logical mind, your conscious mind, your kind of driven mind to be in control of everything else. So you know that you have a lot to do. You have a lot that you need to concentrate on at this time. The other thing I'm seeing, it's not just that Queen of Wands project that you're concentrating on. I'm seeing with this card that you might actually also have some kind of a health problem. You might also be struggling to try and improve things around this health problem. I'm seeing that there might be some kind of bureaucratic system or some kind of bureaucracy around this health problem. So you might be battling something like, this is very frustrating. Look at this man's face. He's so frustrated. You might have to battle something to do with insurance. It might be something like that. Or you might be battling with trying to get the right people to see you. Or, it might be something like that. It's some kind of bureaucratic battle that you have to get through. I'm seeing, yes, this is a big battle. It's very exhausting. Obviously, if you have health problems and you have a battle on top of that, you're going to be exhausted. That's going to happen. But don't give up on whatever this is. This man's really determined. Look at his face again. Look how serious he is. He's extremely determined. He's not going to stop. He's in the chariot. He's riding ahead. He's not going to stop until he gets what he wants and he gets to where he wants. Don't give up on this. That's what I'm seeing. You will get there. The last card you have for your present is the King of Pentacles. So yes, This king is very accomplished. He's gotten to where he is because he's pushed it, because he's determined, because he's strong. He's the King of Pentacles. He's a master. He's a master of everything he does. That's why he's in this position. That's why he's on this throne. That's why he has this big coin he's looking down very smugly at. He thinks he's very important. This is how he got there, by pushing. Keep on working toward this objective. The both of them. The one in the Chariot, the one where you have this health condition that you have to try and push. Do that. Also this thing in the Queen of Wands. Keep pushing that as well. Yes, you might be exhausted. Keep on going. Keep going. That's what I keep on seeing with these cards. The first card you have for your future is the Ace of Wands. More action. This is huge action. This is passion. This is moving forward. The Ace of Wands. This is a fantastic card. I love this card. Yes, you're still having these frustrations at this time over this problem in the Chariot, and this is still related to your health in some way, and you'll have a lot of ups and downs with this. Ups and downs in energy, because this is inevitable with the health problem. Sometimes you're okay, other times you're feeling exhausted, sometimes you can face things, other times you can't. With this, whatever this health problem is, could be anything. I can't see exactly what it's related to. Might be physical, might be mental, I don't know. But yes, there are going to be some forward and backward steps with this. But at this time, when you suddenly have the Ace of Wands come into your life, you're going to suddenly have one of these very energetic times. So this is when you're probably going to be come to a conclusion with this quite quickly, because this is going to force you to, or make you feel like you can do this, and you're going to start to do lots of things, make lots of phone calls, visit lots of people. You're going to really push at this time, and that's when you're going to have some sort of conclusion with this. That's what I'm seeing. The other thing I'm seeing is there might be some kind of travel around you. It might not be you. It might be someone close to you who might be moving or traveling or something like that, because you have this Ace of Wands and you have the Chariot as well. So I'm just seeing that as well in this card. The next card you have in your future is the Three of Pentacles. So yes, again, you're getting things in motion. You're setting things into action. When I see these coins in this Three of Pentacles, quite often, I say this all the time, I see them as cogs moving around. So you're setting the wheels in motion with this thing you're trying to push with. And this is going to set this machinery off, and you're going to start getting somewhere with this. The other thing I'm seeing with this is, because you're going to be pushing this so hard at this time, you're going to be really getting somewhere. You might have to, or you might be getting some help with this as well. There might be a third person coming in with Three of Pentacles to come and help you with this. And there might already be someone helping you. You might have to get a professional, someone else to help you with this. With this thing you're working toward in the Chariot. But I'm seeing that they're going to be a very helpful person. So you might already have someone on your side, and you might have to bring this third person in at this time. That's what I'm seeing. But you're going to really get these people in to help you. The last card you have for your future is the Nine of Wands. So yes, this person who was thinking about you, and this person who you were thinking of, they might very slowly, very carefully be thinking about coming forward. They might even be thinking about contacting you at this time. Now, this is very slow, very nervous. Look at this man. He's poking out from behind this big fence he's made for himself. He was very frightened. You've been hurt by whatever the situation was. This person has been hurt as well. Look at them. They've got a bandage around their head. So you've both been hurt at different times. Now, they're afraid to come forward. Again, I'm seeing that because they're afraid that you might be angry, or you might block them. You might not want to talk to them, or something like that. If you want to speak to this person, if you want to come forward to this person, and I know you have been thinking of them, if you want to come forward to this person, don't do it at this time. Let them come to you. Because I'm seeing that they're very nervous, they're very shy. Or they're not a shy person, but they are very shy, very nervous about the situation with you. They will come to you when they're ready, and that will be the right time for them. So don't sit around waiting for them, but don't walk off and forget about them either. Just get on with your work. You have a lot to occupy your mind anyway. Get on with everything else. They will contact you when they are ready, and only when they're ready. So that will be the right time. That's what I'm seeing. So Virgo, I hope this resonated. As you know, general readings can't always resonate with every single person in the whole world. But again, if you like this reading, please like or subscribe, or leave a comment if you would like to. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it.